Trouble, Clint Bowyer. Into the wall, caution is out. And Clint Bowyer trying to fight his way into that top 10 in the championship, or trying to get a win for the wild card. His race started today on the outside of the front row. It ends in the wall off of turn number 4. He was running 11th at the time.
Oh, just not quite clear on Montoya.
That's what you were talking about there. We were talking about Jimmy Johnson maybe trying that for the lead up there. Bowyer thought he had enough room to slide up there and just misjudged the speed that Montoya had.
It's getting too late in the race to give that spot away, for at least for Montoya. He's still trying to race for it. Like he may have gotten a little damage too.
Now this was about 10 laps earlier.
They've been racing hard for a while then.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Clint had slid up in front off of turn 2 in front of Montoya. Maybe took exception to that it was a little closer than it needed to be.
I was tied up off the corner, and we fought tight the whole run. You can't race around the jackass. You never can. Anybody in this sport knows what you're up against when the 42 comes up. He dive bombs the starts and you know, bullies his way up in there, and before you know it, he's in the way and wrecking with somebody. And unfortunately, I was a victim this week. It's just a shame. You know, we're out here racing for a spot in the chase. He's racing for nothing, you know, and I'm tired of it. Everybody in the garage area fights him. He's just an idiot.
You gonna be able to get back out, Clint?
I don't even care.
We had nothing to do together. It was when I was behind Danica and Papis was on the outside. Maybe he didn't know I was there, but down the straight he pushed me in the grass just where we hit the brakes. So when I jumped in the brakes, I was in the grass because of that. I was already next to him, so I have no idea. Couldn't slow down because of that.
And Tony Jr.'s comments about the contact?
Oh. You know, it's just about the fact that it was a contact and I was involved, but it had nothing to do with me, so I really don't care.
Every time he comes over here and races, he pretty much has a car that looks like that. He's got a perfectly good winning car, but he just can't finish it because he's not a good thinker. So I just expressed my displeasure and what happened there, you know, and just told him, you know, if you're going to be a great race car driver, then start driving one like one and let's perform like one. Every time he comes here, he's either taking out Max or he's taking out Danica. So it's just a matter of courtesy and respect in the Nationwide Series, and I just kind of let him know.
Oh, and into the wall goes Kyle Busch in the 54. Caution comes out.
Inside, let me see. Right side, KO'd.
The 88 and 54 has been battling for the third spot.
On the right side, we're going to have to come down. It's still rolling.
As dominant as Kyle Busch has been at Charlotte, now finds himself in trouble.
So they've gone through the trouble, entering turn 1. You can see they get together. As 88 tries to open up the arc a little bit to try to help his entrance. Gets into the side of the 54 just a little bit. Then a little bit later.
Yeah, a few laps later, you see the 88 runs down pretty low. The 54 kind of chases him towards the grass, gets in the right side door. They bang a couple more times as they leave the tri-oval. They're just stuck side by side, seem to be both getting frustrated being stuck in that position.
And then a little contact from the 88. Hit him in the back bumper, got him sideways. Took them both up into the wall. Like the most damage to the 54, though.
Into him, but it was I don't know why he started beating on me, other than I think he was just frustrated because his teammate kind of used him up just a little bit and then got away from him off turn 2.
You don't expect anything like this to carry over into the Cup Series on Saturday night, do you?
I would hope not. I don't know why he would want to have that battle. I mean, he wrecked me 5 times, I think, a couple years ago, you know, and put me in a bad position for those 2 years when he was doing that. So, yeah, I don't think he wants that battle on Sundays.
Meanwhile, Jarrett says, guys, keep it up.
Park, amazing. He's that fast. That car is so badly bent up.
Oh, he goes. Joe Nemechek. This is a huge wreck. Oh, in comes Park. In comes Stewart. In comes Gordon. A major accident in the final segment of the Winston. On the speedway, here comes Nemechek's machine. All beaten up. Caution. And
straight away. Ooh, man, that was tight off turn 2. He's got him. I believe he's got him this time. Oh, he turned him.
No.
Oh, he turned him. something? That ain't going to go over too good right there.
No, it's not.
I love the little old boy to death, but that was not a good move right there. You just see him. He just gets in there a little too hard, and of course, Junior's not cutting him any slack. He's keeping him pinned down, but can't run over the man.
This was going down the back straightaway. They're neck and neck halfway down the back stretch.
And you see Junior kind of roll out, but the 18 just gets up the hill a little too much and gets into him.
And there just wasn't enough racetrack between them.
I think he's just there, and there's nothing, you know, it's just not, it doesn't work.
You know what, Darrell, what I did not like what I saw the wheels on the 18 car turn to the right just ever so slightly.
Probably could have moved down a little bit lower getting into the corner. He probably could have moved up higher. I mean, it's just a product of good hard race, and I apologize to those guys. You know, it's tough that they had a great race car tonight, and they probably could have finished, if not winning the race, probably second. But Rick Pigeon coming on down here was a friend of mine and has always been a great friend of Dale Jr. That was a little uncalled for, and it's not all about him all the time, so he'll know what I mean by that.
Dale Jr., was that a fair racing move, or does Kyle Busch need some extra security leaving Richmond tonight?
Whether it's fair or not, he's going to need some security. The worst part about it is just I've been priding myself on running good all year, and I was in position for a win, and I ran hard and got wrecked.
Here moments ago, there's the 88 behind the 18, this time entering 1.
Well, you see Dale Jr. hit the brakes real hard, locked the left front up. Looked like he tried to stay off of Kyle in that particular instance.
Yeah, and you had the 18 coming down to make his entrance into the corner. I'm not sure that he really thought Junior was up that far.
I know that looked like a payback, but it looked like just hard racing to me.
Well, there's certainly going to be different opinions.
One inside, stay low, keep digging there. Caution sign out.
All Kyle Busch knows is he got hit, and he wrecked his car.
Let's check out our Allstate Good Hands move of the race. You see Kyle Busch going up a car. Look at Tony Stewart just getting by.
Kevin Harvick also.
Jimmy Johnson was there. Tony Stewart was there. And there's the damage on the back of the 18 car of Kyle Busch. Trying to get repairs to the Toyota. He was leading. Now he is on pit road. Caution number.
Into the wall. Hard hit by the 3 of Austin Dillon. Sliding through the 13. Casey Mears gets into the back of the 44 of Brian Scott.
Kevin goes to get in behind him. 3 car got loose. 4 car got into the back of him. You saw the 3 car wiggle just a little bit. I had to get a different angle to see the 4 car make contact before, and that's what got him loose. It's hard to tell from that angle.
Here's what the 4 had to say about what just took place.
Damage stuff. I just, you know, as he came up, I got back to him and he checked up and I touched him again.
And here's what the 3 car and their team thought happened.
Yeah, he flat out wrecked him, man. Just write down that number. We're going to Phoenix next week. He's going to have to win. We don't. That's crazy, man.
He sucked down on my door tighter than anybody had all night. He knew how tight he was in my door. That's why I got tight and slid in front of him. So he didn't check. He had the opportunity to. He didn't like it, I guess. Silver Spoon Kid was outrunning him tonight, so it'll be all right. We got 2 weeks left, and we just want to come out and win a race.
Yeah, we heard Slugger say, hey, write down that number. We're going to Phoenix where he's going to need a win and you don't. What are your thoughts on moving forward?
I don't know. I'm here to win races. That's all that matters to me.
Caution is out. Oh, my goodness. A lot of damage. Was 13th last time by.
And it will not roll, I don't think.
Finish it off.
Look at that. The right rear tire isn't even touching the ground.
That is a bent race car. There he is on the bottom. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to slide up into him. And that's exactly what happened.
Around, watch this, under the caution. 9 is trying to repay it.
Marty? Well, incident number 1, what happened, Casey?
We just got taken out. You know, it's there's times when things happen and you know, you end up crashing because of other cars, but right there we just got taken out, and it's too bad for all the Dodge dealers and McDonald's, Stanley, Siemens, everybody that supports this team. just trying to get top 10s.
Was this incident number 2 payback?
Yeah, I mean, when you just wipe somebody out, I don't care what happens. Dale Jarrett, when he got back at Newman, I think that's the way you got to do it. If people are going to run you over for no reason, and and think they're going to get away with it, then you just go out there and ruin their day too.
It was Dale Earnhardt. To recap your race tonight, we probably need about 10 minutes to just start your perspective. Difference of opinions between Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt. Exchanging words there. Somebody get down here. Goddamn fucking bumper. The pause. Hey. Rusty and Dale are into it. Come on, get down here. Give him some room, guys. Give him some room. Goddamn laps in the race. Dale, you're the best.
Oh boy, Casey Mears and Michael Waltrip get tangled up and couldn't get loose.
And the caution will fly. And again, Casey Mears, he just went a lap down, and Michael Waltrip had been to pit road to get 4 fresh tires not too many laps ago.
What, were they hung together?
Those cars looked like they were coupled together.
What happened. I think something happened to the 5, and then Michael got into him and couldn't get off, couldn't get undone from him.
See if Casey loses a right front here. Well, he does there after the contact.
Yeah, no, he just went over the top of Michael, and I think Michael thought they were still racing.
Well, let's ride along with Michael. I'll show you what Digger saw over there in turn 2. NASCAR has parked Michael Waltrip for the duration of the event. We're under caution for the 8th time tonight.
Oh, we got a crash in turn 2.
No caution. Caution will be out, though. Hold brake. Hold brake.
You can see Custer just couldn't get the car turned to the bottom. Maybe loose in, Kevin.
Yeah, sometimes when they get loose in, or you get on a splitter and you just can't get the thing to turn, or you don't want to turn the thing because you feel like it might spin out.
Dillon not happy with the rookie Cole Custer.
Yeah, and that's just kind of stuff that you don't really want to see. That's kind of Saturday night stuff there. It's racing, stuff happens.
Austin Dillon to the garage, done for the day, and NASCAR has requested to see both he and crew chief Justin Alexander after the race.
I haven't really seen any replays. They took us out, so just driving over his head. He just overdrove the corner, missed the corner, took me out with him. It was a hard hit, but sucks.
NASCAR has asked for you, your spotter, and your crew chief to come. What will be your defense in that regard?
I don't think it'll be that bad. We'll probably just have a Coke and discuss things, and it'll be all good.
Thanks.
There we go. Oh, Dale Jarrett around. Jarrett gets underneath Rusty. Almost takes Rusty out, but he turns the car down and takes himself out.
You see that DJ has made contact with the outside retaining wall.
Let's see what happened here, BP, because I missed this one. Oh, here we go.
Back is looking fine now, but the 12 car gets in the back of the 88. Up the hill he goes, into the outside retaining wall.
You usually lose rear traction when the rear tires are pulled off the racetrack.
You do?
Yeah.
Makes it tough, huh? Well, that's the second time Dale Jarrett's gone around tonight.
You see Dale Jarrett, the 88 car, evidently that crash. Oh, he gets in the 12. Oh!
Would that be payback?
I guess that's a payback. Oh,
Kevin Harvick. Oh, see now, that's what happens when you pay a guy back sometimes. You take out some other guys that shouldn't be involved in it.
14th in the championship standings.
Here you see Newman on the high side, and I mean, basically, Jarrett's just waiting for him.
Because what happened that caused the damage on the 88 car was the 12 car a few laps ago ran in the back of the 88, and this is nothing but payback.
So they both go around into the wall. You see Harvick coming in, and he was behind Vickers, and it was like,
oh, looks like Junior really got into the back of him hard.
You know, this is the difference between this car and the car tomorrow. The car tomorrow, the bumpers lined up perfect, and it looks like Junior just gave him just a little tap coming down the straightaway to kind of help pick his speed up, and it lifted the back of his car up, and he just flat lost control of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He definitely had the momentum going, and it looks like he could have gotten a little tap and a little distance down the straightaway. I can see a lot. Man, that was a tough one.
That looked like it came out of nowhere. What happened out there with Junior?
I don't know. He'd have to ask him. I just gave him a lane to try to let him go on the outside because I knew he was going to have a run off the corner, and I got run in the back of and spun out down the back straightaway for absolutely no reason, and it was, a pretty stupid move on his part. And obviously, I'm sure these guys that he's going to be working with next year don't really appreciate this because they've got a championship they can win this year, and he doesn't. So, I don't know what he was thinking really or what the problem was, but just is very, very unfortunate for all these Kellogg's CarQuest boys, and the guys do such a great job. We had an awesome car. I thought it was going to be a car that was going to be a top 3 definitely, if not maybe a winning car. Just cruising there, riding around, minding my own business on the bottom, and just got run over.
What happened with you in the 5?
Well, that's all my fault. I was running the top, and he was going by me, and I was letting him go, or really wasn't racing him hard. And I thought he's going to run the inside down off the 2 and run the middle of the back straightaway there for a second. So I stayed in the gas. He's going to run up back by him, and he moved up, and I had time to get out of it, but I just couldn't get it done. But so it was all my fault. I was screaming as he was down on an apron trying to gather it up. I was hollering for him to save it, but looks like he got fishtailing and spun it out. So I think the first thing Tony Jr. has to do when he goes over there to work in a couple weeks is tear that car apart, and that's too bad. But anything those guys need. That's the last guy I want to run into, last team I want to have to put out. Those guys are trying to make the chase, and I know how hard it is to try to win these championships, and that didn't help them.